Well, here we are with a new week, and we've got another Sunday school lesson coming up. This week we'll be looking at another of God's characteristics, and it's His wisdom. The title is God is Wise. It's taken out of Proverbs chapter 2, verses 1 through 6, and chapter 3 of Proverbs, verses 5 through 7. The little bit of extra that I want to talk to you about today is about wisdom. What is it? I think we all know that it's more than knowledge, it's more than intelligence, it's more than age, it's more than experience. To me, it's even more than the ability to make good and godly decisions. It's not just having, it's doing. It's not just having age and knowledge and experience and ability, but it's knowing what to do and then doing it with that combination of ingredients. It differs, in my opinion at least, it differs a little bit from discernment. I think of discernment as a radar, and then wisdom is using that radar to determine the right way to go and then doing it. I think we all know people who know the right thing to do but don't do it. So the question is, how do we get wisdom? And of course we know the Bible tells us several times that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. In fact, let's look at a few of those. Job 28:28, it says, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. Proverbs 9:10 says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And it says the same thing in Psalm 111, verse 10, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Make sure and tell your class that fear of the Lord is, of course, that respect. That's an awe of the Lord. It's not a cowering in fear, but it's a respect, a healthy, godly respect of God's awesomeness. Also, we need to realize that we are not the wise ones, that it's God. In Proverbs chapter 3, verse 7, it says, do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. Our wisdom doesn't come from ourselves, does it? It comes from God. When we do this, we begin to see things in an eternal perspective. Psalm 90, verse 12 tells us to teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. When we realize that life is short, we then tend to see things through God's eyes. And by that I mean we see what's important and what's not. And to me, that's why wisdom tends to come more with age. I know the older I get, the more I see that the temporary things of life really aren't of that much value, that stuff is just stuff, and what matters is a relationship with God and, of course, our relationship with other people. It would also be good to remind your class that if they don't think that they're very wise, that they can ask for that. James 1:5 says, if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God. As we saw in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 7, which is actually part of our text, to not be wise in our own eyes, but to fear the Lord and shun evil. What's the beginning of wisdom? Fearing the Lord. When we do that, we realize that God is so awesome and so wise. Our wisdom is nothing to lean on. We should lean on God and His wisdom. And then if we ask Him, He will impart some of that wisdom to us that helps us make those good decisions, those right, godly decisions. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. Next week we'll be looking at God and His faithfulness. I know this Prep Talk video has been a little bit different, but it has been a week of Vacation Bible School here at First Baptist Whitehall, and it's been rather hectic. And plus I'm going to be out of town next week, so a lot of things on my plate, but I still wanted to get this video out to you, maybe not in quite the form that you're used to. But I hope you have a great week, and continue to pray for your class. Pray for your students by name at least weekly, if not more often than that. I really appreciate you guys, and hope you have a great Sunday. Bye.